right, guys, this is Justin Jwill Wilson. We're going to be conducting our basic training tonight. These are the basic building block steps for you to be able to have success in your business. A quick background on myself. I come from corporate America. I was one of the guys, that made great income. I didn't start working this business because of the money. I really started it because of the time freedom. And I was making great income working with corporate America. I was making close to six-figure income. I had the cars, I had the boat, I had the house, I had everything else. But the problem was I was time poor. I found myself, living to work instead of working to live. And I know some of you guys are out there like myself, and these are the basic building block steps that you're going to need in order to change your situation. So without taking up any more time, we're going to go ahead and jumpstart right into this training. So our agenda for today is we're going to be going over a couple of things. The first is going to be the 4 steps in your business, the 4 steps to success. Okay. Second is going to be how to introduce Wake Up Now, how to actually tell people about it. And the third is going to be closing questions. So the 4 closing questions. So that's what's on our agenda today. First, we'll cover the 4 steps to success. All right. So if everybody has a pen and a pad, before we get started, the 2 things I'm always asking is 1, whether you're a prospect or whether you're a brand new IBO or whether you've been in this business now for the past 6 months, we can all learn something. And in this business, it's all about duplication. So I want to ask everybody if they can have a pen and a pad and be willing to take copious notes. And also learn with the intent to teach, okay? Because learn with the intent that you're going to teach somebody else very soon, as soon as today, tomorrow, as fast as you want to grow your team. All right, so number 1 of the 4 steps is going to be a product of the product. Okay, be a product of the product. And what that basically means is you want to get all your products set up. You want to get your tax bot set up. You want to get your cell phone discount set up. You want to get your newsstand. You want to get your free magazines. You want to get all the products we have. Wake Up Now Finance and the Vacation Club. You want to check out all the deals on there. You want to understand, everything that we have. Because, you're your own walking, talking testimony. We don't sell anybody. We don't convince anybody. What we do is we share the information. And that's a big difference between sales and network marketing. In sales, they could care less whether the salesman owns the product he's selling or not. Versus in network marketing, all we do is we share the information on what we're using, how it's changing our life, and, how we're able to get the benefits out of Wake Up Now. So and the only way to do that is by being a product of your own product, using it, understanding what it can do for your life, and sharing your testimony. Share it with the people you know, share it with your friends, your family member. What's even more powerful is technology. Share it on social media. Okay, you want to share, I share my tax bot all the time on social media. I share how I went on vacation through Wake Up Now. I share the fact that I get discounts at, buying Disneyland tickets through Wake Up Now. I share that stuff all the time. And if you guys want to understand how and what your products do, I'd recommend spending a good hour to 2 hours on this website I'm going to give you. Okay, it's www.onetrain.com. That's WUNTRAIN.com. And that's going to have 100% of all the information on how to set up your whole business and how to use all the products, okay? I highly recommend diving into that website. The second thing you're going to do is very, very important. Okay, it's very important. You want to do your whys. Okay, why are you doing the business? Okay, what you do in life, 80% of what you do is based on emotion. 20% is based on logic. Okay, so understand, when somebody goes to the gym, they do it because they want to look good. It's not necessarily because they want to be super healthy. It's more about themselves looking good. And that's that whole emotional aspect of it. Okay, so same thing with this business. What's going to drive you to do the business when you don't want to do it? It's easier to, one of the best things I ever heard is it's easier to, everything in life is easy to do, but everything in life is easy not to do. And it's easier not to do things. Okay, so what's going to get you up off the couch? What's going to get you to wake up earlier? What's going to get you to go to bed later? What's going to get you to achieve your goals and dreams? And that's your why. Why are you doing this business? And that's very important. So right now what we're going to do is, I hope everybody has a pen and a pad. We're going to take 60 seconds and we're going to go ahead and write down our whys. Okay, why are you doing the business? And go ahead, I'm going to time everybody. Start now. And you want to write down why you're doing the business. What are your 5 whys? Whether it be, to pay tuition, to pay a certain bill, to get out of debt. Maybe it's, paying off your parents' debt. Maybe it's, to have an extra $1,000 in the bank account. But why do you need that money? What is it about your life that you need to have some additional income? Maybe it's to give back to the church. Maybe it's to drive a different car. Whatever it is. Also write down 5 goals, whether it be a new car, pay off a certain bill, you want to make a certain amount of money, you want to help a certain person. You want to have 5 whys and 5 goals. Okay, and that's what's going to drive you to achieving what the certain rank or the certain amount of income you want from Wake Up Now. Again, guys, your whys is the most important thing in this business, because if you know what your why is, then you'll make time for everything else. But if you don't have a why, or if you don't know what your why is, then it's very hard to build this business, because you are going to have to overcome some hurdles. This business is very simple. It's not easy. Otherwise everybody would be a millionaire. But it is very simple. And if you can overcome the hurdles, which is what your why is going to do for you. One of the best things I've ever heard is, if your why doesn't make you cry, you need a new why. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it, guys. All right, I'm going to say that again. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And, when you're talking about the business, a lot of people like to say, hey, do you want to make an extra $600 a month? Or do you want to make extra money? Do you want to make extra money? But, that sounds great. But, let me give you guys an example of what sounds better. I can say, I just made an extra $500 with Wake Up Now. Do you want to make an extra $500 with me? Or I can say, I'm working on making an extra $500 because I want to buy this brand new truck. The truck payment's, going to be $450. It's a 4-door, fully loaded Toyota Tundra. And that's the truck of my dreams, and that's what I want to buy. Matter of fact, I was actually able to buy it now that I've achieved this money. So now I'm going to go to the dealer and buy this brand new truck. And now I'm able to show people that I bought my brand new truck with my income. See, saying I made $500 is great, but showing people why I made that $500 is even better. And the same thing with telling somebody. Telling somebody what you do is great, but they wanna know why you're doing it. Why are you making extra income? So when you're talking to people, talk about why you decided that you needed to make some extra income. Okay, and that tends to drive people more than what you're doing. If you're just telling them what you're doing. Okay. Lastly, you want to write down what you're willing to give up. Everybody has 24 hours in a day. You are already filling those 24 hours with something. So understand, you are going to have to give up. You're going to have to give something up in order to get what you want, whether it be an hour of TV, an hour of sleep, maybe an hour of family time, get up earlier, whatever it is. Just understand you are going to have to give something up. Okay. Number 3, in order to make income, you're going to have to build a team. And to build a team, you're going to have to build a list. Okay, I want you guys to write a 60-second list. I'm going to give you guys 60 seconds right now to write a list of everybody you know. Okay, I hope you have your pen and pad handy. Ready? I'm going to time you right now. All right, go ahead. Write down everybody you know. It doesn't have to be their phone number. Just write down their name. It could be friends, family, co-workers, neighbors, people from school, people from college. It can be people you see on a normal basis, maybe at a fast food restaurant, maybe at the doctor's office. Who do you see on a normal basis? Just write down as many people as you can. And this is going to be your 60-second list to jumpstart your business. Majority of the people that you're writing down right now, these are probably people you know, and the first people that you're going to want to introduce the business to. And the reason why we do a 60-second list is because the average person can write down anywhere between 20 to 30 names in 60 seconds. We're almost done here. All right, that's just about 60 seconds, guys. So that list is going to be your jump start point. That's going to be your jumping off point. What you want to do is you want to turn that list into a list of 200 people. And it's very simple to do. Everybody hears that number and they think it's a lot of people. It's really not. If you look at your phone, the average person has about 50 people on their phone, and the average person has about 100, anywhere between 100 to 250 people on Facebook as friends. So it's very simple to build a 200-person list. You want to build that list and build it as big as possible. 200 names and numbers minimum. You can build bigger. This is a contact sport. The more people you contact, the more money you're going to make. Okay, and a good way to know if you're on track is we use what's called an exposure system. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But you want to get 10 people on a three-way call within 5 days. Write that down. 10 people on a three-way call within 5 days. And you're on a good track to have success. Okay, that's number 3 out of the 4 basics. Number 4 is going to be pay attention to detail and duplicate. Pay attention to detail and duplicate. And the very first thing you need to get is a getting started right packet. If you don't have one, make sure you get one from your upline. Okay, make sure you call them and bug them until you have one. And make sure you are giving all your people that you get started a getting started right packet. Okay, it's going to be a big difference on whether you have success and whether you don't. All right. Make sure they get a basic training no later than 24 hours after they get started. Hopefully this basic training that you're getting right now is within 24 hours of you getting started. Okay. And lastly, you want to pay attention to the people that have what you want, guys. You want to pay attention to detail and duplicate what they have. Obviously, somebody who is if I wanted to be a basketball player, professional, I'm going to listen to a professional coach. I'm going to listen to a professional basketball player. I'm not going to listen to Joe Blow down the street. Okay, so when you guys are talking about this business to people, you're going to have negative people. You're going to have people out there that say it doesn't work and all this kind of other stuff. Don't listen to them if they're not having success in what you want to have success in. I pay attention to people that are having success in what I want to have success in, okay? So next we're going to talk about how to introduce Wake Up Now. All right, I'm going to read a quote. It doesn't matter how great Wake Up Now is if you don't know how to introduce it to people. Okay, it doesn't matter how great Wake Up Now is if you don't know how to introduce it to people. There's a very specific way we introduce Wake Up Now to people, guys. It's called the exposure system, or we call it the PS3 system. And that basically stands for I'm going to pique somebody's interest, I'm going to show them the opportunity, and then I'm going to get them on a three-way call. And if they don't sign up after the three-way call, then I'll get them to a meeting. Okay, so understand, guys, if those of you who are on the phone and aren't looking at this slide, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pique their interest. I got to make a list to pique those people's interest, that list we made. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send those people a video. How do I pique somebody's interest first? I'm going to ask them, are you open to making additional income? Then I'm going to send them the video of what we do. They say yes. If they want more information, I'm going to get them on a three-way call. That way somebody else can explain the business to them, so that if I'm brand new, I won't mess it up for me and I won't mess it up for the business. Somebody else will be able to actually take care of that for me and make sure that they get all the right information to my prospect. Lastly, I'm going to take them to a meeting. Okay, and the meeting is where people understand that it's real. They see other people are having success and they want to have success as well. Okay, and then the very last thing I do is I get them signed up. Okay, and when I get somebody signed up, I don't just sign them up and drop them, say, hey, you're on your own. I sign them up, I'm a good sponsor, and I make sure I get them a basic training and a getting started right packet. Okay, so that's very key, guys. That's how we introduce Wake Up Now. That's as easy as it gets. It's a very simple concept, but if you deviate from this, you're going to have some problems. So you want to follow this exactly. Follow it exactly to the T. PS3, peak, show, three-way call. Very simple, guys. Okay. When people ask, hey, what do you do, or what is this company? You can say we're a financial wellness company. Okay. We help people save money, we help people manage money, and we help people make money. We're a software solutions company for a better life. That's what we do. That's what we are. Okay. Understand, this is an opportunity, guys. It's not a sales pitch. All right, it's not a sales pitch. I don't convince, I don't beg anybody to get started. There's two kinds of people out there. People who are looking and people who aren't. I look for the people who are looking. Okay. If you make it a big deal, it becomes a big deal. Again, look for the people who are looking. And the best way to do that is just ask everybody. Ask this question. Write this down. Are you open to making additional income? Are you open to additional income? Okay, it's very simple. You can ask, are you open to making extra money? You can ask, are you open to going on vacations? Are you open to saving taxes? Whatever it is, guys. But just ask them those. That's how you pique people's interest. Okay, understand, amateurs try to convince and pay for people to get started. Professionals sort. This is a business of sorting the aces from the deuces. If I were to pay you $1,000 to find me 4 aces in a deck of cards, you would fly through that deck of cards so fast. Do the same thing with this business in the exposure system. You want to expose a lot of people. Don't just try to sign people up. Get a lot of people exposed, and the signups will come from that. Okay? Use the PS3 system. Again, pique their interest, show the opportunity, and then get them on a 3-way call. I highly, highly recommend every single person to practice this with their upline. Okay? Practice it. Pique your upline's interest. Then send them the video. Then call them like you're going to put them on a 3-way call. That way they can help you and make sure you're doing it right. Okay, understand 90% of recruiting is timing. It's not the presentation and it's not the presenter. We all show the same video and we all do the same 3-way calls. So it has nothing to do with that. I get some people that say, Justin, the video's too long, or it's too short, or it gives too much information, or it doesn't give enough information. Guys, trust me, that has nothing to do with it. It's all about people's timing and if it's right for them. That's why follow-up is the key. The money is in recruiting, but the fortune is in the follow-up. So you want to follow up. People ask me, how long do I follow up? I follow up until what? Until they get started or until they say, don't ever talk to me about this business again. Okay, because you never know when people need this business, guys. It might be today, it might be tomorrow, it might be next year. You never know. So follow up. All right. Don't get paralysis by analysis, guys. Don't get caught up in aim, and never fire. Just make a list of people. Don't prejudge anybody. 2 out of 10 will get started if you're using the system, if you're working the system. If you work the system will work for you. Okay. Remember, only 20% of people sign up on the first exposure. 80% of people, I'm going to say it again, 80% of people get signed up on the 3rd and 4th exposure. That's why we have that exposure system. So get your prospects exposed. Okay, 3-way call. The biggest thing I can tell you about how to do a 3-way call is make sure you're edifying your upline expert to the prospect. You can never edify too much. What does edify mean? It just means talk highly of. Okay, you want to talk highly of somebody. I want to say somebody is sharp, they're very successful, they have all the knowledge, they're very helpful, and they're fun to hang around with. Okay, you can edify somebody 80% and now they only have to try and close your prospect 20%, or you can mess up and only edify them 20% and now I'm forcing them to close my prospect 80%. So that kind of sounds like this. If I edify Jonathan, hey, this is my friend Jonathan. I'm not edifying him at all. So now the person that I'm introducing him to is not going to take Jonathan very serious. Okay, so that's why edification is so important. All right. Lastly, we're going to talk about closing questions. Okay. We're going to go through 4 closing questions, and this is how you want to ask people. You want to act as a consultant, act as a coach. You want to act as their friend. Okay. And you want to ask them, hey, what did you like best about what you saw? Once they've been through all the exposures, what did you like best about what you saw? They might say the money. They might say the vacation. They might say, saving money, time freedom, whatever it is. Then you ask them, hey, based on what you saw, if you were to get started with the company, how much do you need to make it worth your time? Some people might say $600. Some people might say $6,000. Okay, let them answer. All right. It's best if they answer. Okay. Number 3, you want to ask how many hours a week are you willing to devote to your business? Some people might say, oh, I'm only willing to devote, an hour. Then you got to say, well, this is a business that's not realistic to make an extra $600 only working an hour a day. Now, if they say, oh, I'm willing to commit 2 or 3 hours, okay, great, that's realistic. The average person is making an extra $600 working that amount of time anywhere between 3 to 6 months. Okay, if they say I'm willing to commit 30 hours a week, great. The average person willing to commit those hours is making their $600 within about a month to 2 months. Okay. Lastly, you want to ask them how many months are they willing to devote to their business. This really makes them understand that they're going to work a real business. They're going to obviously have to put in the effort and follow the system if they want to get paid. Okay. Lastly, guys, your success or failure in this business is 100% up to you. It's not your sponsor. It's not the company. It's not the compensation plan. We have thousands of people that are successful, and we have thousands of people that are making extra income, from as little as $600 a month all the way up to as high as $50,000 a month. Okay. And age has nothing to do with it. The top income earner is 24 years old, and we have people in every age bracket making income. I've been in this business now, for a little while, and I've been able to make some great income. Okay, I was able to generate a 5-figure income within my first 3 months in the business. So if I can do it, you can do it, guys. It's very simple, and it's very duplicatable as long as you follow the system and do exactly what your successful upline is telling you to do. All right, guys, with that being said, I appreciate everybody hopping on the call. Thank you for taking time out of your day, and I hope you guys were able to take some great nuggets from this basic training. We'll have another one in the future. I look forward to helping each and every one of you achieve your goals. Okay, if you have any questions, find me on Facebook, Justin Wilson, at Facebook, and I'm also in the group chat and the group page. Message me anytime. All right. I look forward to helping all of you guys again. And again, thank you for taking time out of your day. I look forward to seeing you guys at the top or from the top. This is Justin Jwill, and I'm out.
Everybody to the wild